Welcome to your first ever Wisco Sports Central podcast. I am Matt.
And I am Connor.
So, me and Connor had been kind of tooling around with the idea of doing some sports content stuff. So, we've been kind of dabbling a little bit into Instagram world, a little bit of the TikTok world. I think like most people, we just kick back and we can talk for hours on end about sports, high school sports. Right now, the Brewers are obviously a hot topic. The Badgers obviously a hot topic. A lot of optimism with the Packers. Obviously, being from Wisconsin, we're cheering for our hometown team. So that's kind of what we're about. We just want to talk about sports, have fun, maybe kind of get some insight from others, and just kind of share some of our thoughts. And not saying that like anything we say is right or wrong. Obviously, we all have our own opinions. But I think that's what makes talking about sports so much fun. So right now, obviously, what are we? We're in week 7. We're going into week 7 already of the high school football season. It's pretty crazy to think like that season's just like flown by already. And the weather we got outside, it feels like it's like August. So, um, I don't know, Connor, you got anything that you want to kind of just bring up first and foremost?
Yeah, to a little bit more of what we're gonna do. Obviously, we're starting off with high school football. Obviously, it's football season, but also in the winter, we are gonna be doing girls and boys basketball, girls and boys hockey, and also wrestling. And then obviously in the spring, you got your sports in the spring too as well. But just for this season, we're gonna be starting off with football, and then we'll just keep rolling with it as the seasons go on.
Yeah, so that's a big part of it too. Like we don't want to be, one dimensional here. I am not a basketball guy. I'm not a hockey guy. I am my way around wrestling now. So I think that's gonna be the kind of cool thing too, is just kind of broadening and just kind of going through the other Wisconsin sports that I've never really paid much attention to. So I think kind of you could probably agree to that as well, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, sweet. So first we are going to get into um, the week 7 games of the week for high school football. So first and foremost, we're gonna go to Division 4. So Division 4, they have some they have some absolute powerhouses over there. Um, so first game of the week, and it's gonna be a Division 4 matchup. It's gonna be Columbus, who is ranked number 4. They're going to be going to the newly ranked number 10 Lake Mills. Both teams right now are 5-1. Um, both teams lost a very close level 2 playoff game last year. So they both have experience. They've kind of been there, done that a little bit, and just kind of getting ready to get over that next hump, really. Last year in this matchup, Columbus beat Lake Mills 45-24. Um, so it's a tale of tape, really. I mean, you got 2 different seasons. Um, I think that's going to be a really fun game to watch. And then we're going to get right into another game that kind of plays a part in Lake Mills being ranked number 10 now, because last week they were ranked number 4. So now we're gonna go to D4 and a little D6 action here. So you got Lodi, who now just cracked the rankings. They're at 5-1. They are now ranked number 9. They're gonna be facing D6 ranked number 3 Darlington. Lodi again, they're 5-1. Darlington 6-0. They really haven't been tested yet. So I'm kind of excited to see what they're able to do with Lodi. Lodi has been playing some pretty tough teams so far. And then last week, Lodi, they went into Lake Mills, who was ranked number 4 at the time, and beat them 24-7. Kind of looking at last year a little bit, Darlington won this matchup 55 to 10. You know, and so when we say certain things, like just understand, like this isn't a knock on anybody. Um, I'm just looking at the fact that Lodi, they've been battle tested so far, I think. They've played some super good games already. Um, like I said, last week they just beat up a little bit on Lake Mills, beat them 24-7. They did lose to Columbus though, 42-7, but that's obviously Columbus is in their very top rated school. They beat another playoff team in Monroe to start the season. So that's kind of why I'm going to go with Lodi as my prediction there in that game. Connor, did you have anything? What's your prediction on that?
I also think Lodi. Obviously, Lodi, they've been for the past few years, they've been very consistently good. So I can see them taking this game along this year too as well.
Yeah, and making a prediction of Lodi. Also, you can't count Darlington out of anything. Darlington's a perennial powerhouse. They've found their way to Camp Randall, time and time again. So they definitely have a prestigious program over there as well. And I do apologize. We did not do our prediction for the Columbus and Lake Mills game. Um, we can say so many good things about Columbus and Lake Mills, but I think Columbus is going to be victorious in that one. I kind of talked about it. They seem to do a lot of things right. Um, they've been in a lot of big games. They don't seem like those games are too big for them. So I'm going to take a Columbus over Lake Mills.
Yeah,
What do
same
you?
for me too. I'm gonna take Columbus on that one, I think. I think it'll be a great game, but I think Columbus will pull out in the end there.
Yeah, I mean, either way, like unfortunately, there's going to have to be a winner and a loser of that, but either way, they're going to be super good games. So I'm excited to see the stats and the scoreboard and those kinds of things once that does come in. Then, all right. So we're gonna go to little D1 action now. Okay. So you're gonna have number 4 Arrowhead. They are going to be going to the newly ranked number 10 McGuanago. Now, if you pay attention to Wisconsin high school football, you hear those two teams a lot in a lot of different kind of conversations, right? That classic 8 is really kind of no joke, right? It seems like it's playoff football every week. So both teams are heading into this matchup at McGuanago. They're both 5-1. Last year in the regular season, so they obviously have history not only playing in the same conference, but last year in the regular season in Arrowhead beat McGuanago 29-28. And then just a few weeks later, McGuanago stayed home and they beat Arrowhead in level 3 of the playoffs 17-6. Um, and then McGuanago went and they lost a very close one to Muskego, who was last year's runner-up at state. So this one here, I don't know. I'm excited for this one. I think it's gonna be fireworks. Both teams, they're hot. Arrowhead, their only loss was a very close one to Muskego. And then McGuanago, their only loss was the very first week, and they lost to a very tough Appleton North team. So they've both been playing, as you want to call it, playoff football. They don't get easy schedules over there in the Classic 8. So I'm excited for that one. I'm going to go with my prediction though of Arrowhead. I don't know. I had to make a prediction. It's really a toss up. I don't know. I think Arrowhead just has a hot hand right now.
Um, so obviously Matt said Arrowhead. I'm gonna be taking the opposite team on this one. I'm gonna take McGuanago. So obviously, like Matt has said, they are both great teams. Just I feel like McGuanago is coming off a 5-game win streak. Obviously, the first week you can't really count that. It's just a lot of teams are having flukes their first week. So I think McGuanago is going to pull this one out. It's going to be a close game. I say maybe by 3, but I think McGuanago is going to pull it out in the end. It's in McGuanago too, so that does help adding the hometown advantage. But I think McGuanago is going to pull this one off.
You bring up that first game, right? Looking across the state, doesn't that first game, doesn't it just really kind of feel like preseason football? Like you kind of have some unknown situations, some unknown guys, and then once this time of year starts rolling around, it's like everybody's just humming. So good take. I'm happy you picked against me, so we have something to talk about later. So that's
Yeah.
always fun. All right, so now we're going to shift gears here too. We're going to go to Berlin and Waupun. All right. So Waupun, they are 6-0. I wish I had the stat on this. It's been a long time since Waupun was. I think it's probably, if I had to guess, it's probably somewhere in the ballpark of the 2006, 2007 season that Waupun has been 6-0. Waupun made to the playoffs for the first time last year since the 2007 season when they got beat in round 3 against Kewaskum. So Berlin, another powerhouse. They're always one of those teams that every year, doesn't matter who they graduate, they got kids waiting in the wings, right? So um, right now you got unranked Berlin at unranked Waupun. Last week Waupun was ranked number 10, but with the shakeup and the way that things went in D4 last week, Waupun is now unranked. Right now Berlin is 5-1. They lost a 1 point deficit to Waiwiga Fremont. Um, I believe that was game 1, so we just kind of talked about that. Waupun is 6-0 right now. A couple of things to just point out to mention. Last year, Waupun lost in level 1 to Mayville 42-6. Berlin played Mayville the following week in level 2, and they lost 28-26. Um, Last year, Berlin beat Waupun 53-6 at Berlin. Berlin has won the last 4 meetings with a combined score of 196-12. That's just crazy to even see that stat. But I think when you look at this, though, I don't know that this is the same Waupun team, right? So
No, yeah, for sure.
Waupun, they're doing so many things right now. Um, they got a very good quarterback, right? So really good quarterback, good receiving core. A lot of things to like out of that Waupun squad this year. So I don't know if we're going to see um, the kind of wins that Berlin's accustomed to getting. Like last year was 53-6. I don't know that you're going to be accustomed to seeing that. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a closer game. There's actually a lot riding on this game too. Winner most likely is going to win that conference. So it's going to be a hyped atmosphere. It's in Waupun, so I know those fans there in that community, they're going to turn out for that one. I guess just based on history and everything else that I've already mentioned, I'm going to go with the prediction of Berlin. I 100% could be wrong in this. We'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about it next week. Um, yeah, my prediction is going to be Berlin on this one.
Okay, so another game pick. I am obviously going to take the opposite team. I'm taking Waupun here. So obviously, their quarterback, he's thrown for 1,853 yards. So like, I mean, it's 6 weeks in and you're throwing for that's averaging roughly 300 yards a game. So I think if Waupun can get their passing game going, I think they got this game in the bag easily. If Berlin can get their running game going, I think Berlin might actually have a chance there. But if Wapun's getting their passing game going, I think they're unstoppable. So I'm taking Waupun on this one. I think it'll be a shootout this game. I think it's gonna be a very high scoring game too. So
Yeah, and talking, you just said something about Berlin's running attack. Carter Hess, uh, 63 attempts, 790 yards, 12 touchdowns. So he's definitely not a stranger to that end zone either. You want to do a score prediction on this one? Just because I just feel like it could be fireworks, right? I'm
yeah.
going to say, I don't know, maybe let's do low. I'm going to say Berlin 35 upon 28.
Okay. So obviously with it being very nice this week too, it's not like it's gonna be a rain game where it's gonna be like crappy weather, so you gotta like run the ball. So with it being warm, I think I think Waupun, because obviously in the past few weeks they've averaged about 45 points per game. So I think they're gonna be getting 42-38 Waupun. 42-38.
42 Waupun, 38 Berlin.
Yes. I think they're going to
Okay.
get one field goal in there, and then they're going to get 5 touchdowns, and then obviously Waupun is going to get, I think, 6 touchdowns. I think it's going to be Waupun. Heavy favorites. Obviously, same thing as last game prediction. It's a home game for Waupun, so they got all that coming for them too. So I think I'm going to take Waupun on this one.
Okay. Anything to disagree with me, I understand. Got it. Thanks, Connor. All right. And then so for our final game of the week, um, this one's going to take us a little bit north here. Okay. So we are going to go with Division One, number 9 ranked Nina is going to travel over to number 7 ranked Kimberly. These two teams do not need an introduction. They have been powerhouses for many years. Kimberly, they went on a tear. What was the record? Was it like 70 games or something like
Yeah, I
that?
think it was 4 years in a row they won state.
I
I
mean,
believe it
just
was like
so
the
obviously, like I
crazy.
said, that neither of these teams they don't need an introduction, right? So they're locked, they're loaded, they're ready to go. Both teams are going to enter this game 5-0. Here's some crazy stuff. We're talking about history earlier when we were talking about Big Muck and Arrowhead, right? So Nina Kimberly, these two ball clubs, they don't not only share colors, but they share a lot of different things in common too, right? So last year in the regular season, Nina beat Nina beat Kimberly 29-28 in the regular season. And then they also seen them in the level 2 of the playoffs when they beat Kimberly 34-14 in Kimberly. So they went on the road. They stayed home last year and they took care of business both times. Going to 2023, Kimberly won the regular season game 21-0. A lot closer matchup the same year in 2023. In level 3, Kimberly won 14-7. So a lot closer of a matchup there. And then going back a few more years, Kimberly and Nina, they face each other again in the 2022 regular season, where Kimberly won that one too by a pretty wide margin, 31-10. But then you go a few weeks later until level 2 of playoffs, Kimberly did win, but they won 29-28. So you've seen some lopsided scores, but push comes to shove, like Nina has always showed up to play. And then going into like last year, Nina really they went 2-0 against them last year. So they put history behind them, all those kinds of things. I think Nina is one of those teams that is just on the rise. They got a beautiful new stadium out there and everything. Um, yeah, I mean they definitely have the support. So I had Kimberly as my favorite in this one for my prediction. I feel like I just hyped up Nina a little bit, but that's okay. That's all right. I'm just gonna let you go against me again. I'm gonna say Kimberly in this one. Um, we'll see. Again, either way, the fans are the ones that are really getting the reward here by being able to watch such good high level competition.
Yeah. Um, so I was obviously looking at both of the teams. They're both very good teams. I was initially gonna go with Kimberly. I saw that week one they had a loss, like you said earlier, pregame kind of game. They brought it back. Week two they play defending state champs Bayport. They beat them 23-7. That I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Obviously, they haven't really been tested much after that, but I think I'm going to be taking Nina. They lost week two to Arrowhead, 16-13, very close game. Arrowhead's a very good team, but then after that they bounced back. They got 4 wins, beating Kakana as one of those games, 35-7. Who Kakana has also been a powerhouse lately too. So I think just
Yeah,
judging by the team.
Kakana's sitting at 3-3 right now. That's not a testament to what they've been the last handful of years, though.
Yes, for sure. So I think I'm gonna be taking Nina on this one. I mean, I think this is gonna be a shootout of a game, very close game, just like the last few. I think I'm gonna take Nina though. I think Nina's gonna pull it out just a tad. Um, it's gonna be a pretty close game. Obviously, Nina, their running back, is a stud. So I think if he can get the ball, he's ran for 850 yards, 10 touchdowns, 119 attempts. I mean, I think if they can get that run game going, I'm taking Nina all the way here. But I think it's gonna be a shootout game. It can mean it's either way, Nina or Kimberly, but I think Nina's gonna pull it out on the end of this one.
Yeah, it's a good take. I think for what we do from now on is we're not going to take your prediction. We're just going to throw mine out there and just assume that you're going to take the opposite. We can just
No,
we can just do that. I think. What do we do? Do we agree on one of those there?
no. But also too, looking actually, Kimberly, their quarterback, obviously only thrown for 643 yards, but he also seems like he can run the ball. He has
Yeah.
rushed 163 times. I mean, I think he's gonna be running out. If they can contain him, Nina's got it. But if they cannot contain him, I don't see in any way that Kimberly, it might be their game to take. So if
Well,
they can contain
I
him,
would say if he's able to get out there and scramble, there's going to be
yep,
some conversations with some of those edge guys on why didn't you stay home, right?
yeah,
All right. So let's kind of transition a little bit here then. We're gonna go I call it the WIAC. I've heard it called the WEAC. I don't know if there's a correct way of calling it. Um, but so we're gonna get into this now. Um, everybody in the WIAC last week, they had a bye week, so everybody's kind of fresh. They kind of got their preseason schedule, if you will, done. That's their non-conference games. So I'm just going to go through the list here of everybody's record and well, the current standing. So you got UW Eau Claire 3-0, UW Platteville 3-0, UW River Falls 3-0, UW Stevens Point 3-0, UW Whitewater 3-0, UW La Crosse 2-0, UW Oshkosh 2-1, UW Stout 2-1. This conference is becoming nuts.
I
Um,
agree. I mean, like you can't like looking at the team stats like that is just. I mean,
well, it used to just be okay, UW Whitewater. All right, they're gonna go win the WEAC every year. They're gonna go play in the Stag Bowl, and then it's kind of a toss up on who do they always play? Mount Union, right?
yeah,
Who's going to win that game? Two powerhouses. But you're looking at this now. You have UW Stevens Point. They're ranked number 8. You have UW Oshkosh. They're ranked 17. UW River Falls. They're ranked 12. UW La Crosse. They're ranked number 5. And then UW Whitewater is ranked number 10. So like they're not even the highest ranked team in Wisconsin anymore. And I think that's just a testament to really kind of like what we've been saying, like with your Kimberleys and your Ninas, Arrowheads, McGuanagos. I think you're just getting a lot of these kids that are more mature now and they're staying home and they're kind of going to their choice schools. And I don't care what the remedy is. I'm excited because it's making Wisconsin football that much better.
yeah. Also, too, looking at the records, we are 21-2. That is crazy. That conference is absolutely stacked. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't go wrong there. Like, I'm all for it too.
Yeah, that conference is. every week, kind of like what we said with the Classic 8, right? Like you need to show up every week. If you don't
Yeah,
show up, understand that you're probably going to get a number put on you, and
yeah. Conference play is no joke. Like those
it's
games, you got to take serious. So
yeah, most certainly. So I'm just going to go over here the schedule that they got for this week. UW Stout is at UW Eau Claire. Last year, UW Stout beat UW Eau Claire 42-24. Then you got UW Stevens Point at number 8, UW Platteville. Last year, UW Platteville won 42-14. Platteville is just one of those teams that they've really started coming on. They're exciting to watch.
no, yeah, for sure.
Then you got number 12, UW River Falls versus number 17, UW Oshkosh. Last year, UW River Falls beat UW Oshkosh 28-14. And then to round out the week, you got number 5, UW La Crosse at number 10, UW Whitewater. Last year, UW La Crosse won 24-21. So that was obviously a barn burner. That would have been in La Crosse, considering it is in Whitewater this year. Does home field advantage matter that much?
I don't know for sure. I mean, I think that is going to be an absolute great game. I mean, UW Lacrosse and Whitewater, like Whitewater's had some history of being maybe one of the best teams in Division 3 ever. I mean, they're up there
Yeah.
for it too, for sure. And Lacrosse has actually brought it around the past few years. I mean, they've been pretty consistent too. So I think that's gonna be a really good game.
Again, Wisconsin fans, we're not losing in this one here, huh?
Yeah, right.
All right. So you see me rocking my brew crew and my sweet flag. That was a fun game to go to there. Let's kind of dive a little bit into that, huh? So the Brewers setting the franchise record in 97 wins and getting the first round seed in the NL playoffs. Good for them. Give them a round of applause. They just it's it's been hard growing up in Wisconsin and calling yourself a diehard Brewer fan. They've always in earlier years found a way to be like, give us that inspiration, give us that hope, like, okay, this year's gonna be different, right? And then it's like the wheels on the bus are falling off. Um, the last handful of years though, like, yeah, let's stay loyal here, right? Like
Yeah.
they've really found their way. Who cares what the budget looks like? They're finding ways. They're finding no name people. They're not going out there and they're not signing Shohei Ohtani. They're not getting Freddie Freeman. Some of these big accusations that have been happening in the last couple of years. Like the Brewers are sticking true to who they are. They're going through their farm system, right? And I think that's pretty cool to see. As a Wisconsin fan, a lot of people go to the Timber Rattler games, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that guy, right? So that's been really cool to see. Thank you, Brewers. Thank you.
I mean, as a whole too, it's always great when it's coming into early October or late September when you got playoff baseball. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that playoff baseball. And like you said too, obviously the Brewers have been so consistent. They seem to do great every time in the regular season, and then the wheels just fall off in the playoffs. I mean, this year, hopefully we get back, but I mean, 97 wins, that's a great year. I mean, you can't really take much blame on that. That's just awesome. So hopefully they can
Yeah,
keep it going into the second round. Winner against the Cubs and the Padres, is it?
yeah, yeah. Cubs won last night,
Yep.
3-0. See if I can get a lifetime score here for you right now. Um, yeah, I mean, we want the Cubs, right? We want the Cubs. We want the Cubs. We want that rivalry when it matters the most. Bring Craig Counsell back. We want to show you something, okay? That's us celebrating. No, thank you, Craig Counsell, for all you've done for us. And honestly, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. How crazy, how fun would that be, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You,
you
you
can't
know
really
you,
go wrong with that.
you,
That's a big
you
rivalry there. So,
you know what it reminds me of when the Packers had to play the Bears. Winner of that game is going to the Super Bowl.
What was that, 2019, 2018? Oh,
Not
here
a,
it is.
that was
Padres 3,
2010.
Cubs 0. We're going to game 3.
All right, yeah, they're going to tie that one
Also,
up.
too, Red Sox and Yankees. Yankees take it 4-3. That series is also tied 1-1, so that is going to a game 3. And Guardians take it over the Tigers 6-1. Game 3. Reds and Dodgers right now, top of the third, 2-0. Reds are up.
Yeah, I
So
just hope
who
them
takes
Brewers
that
are
one,
just.
but
I hope the Brewers are just resting, recuperating, and just getting dialed in for this one. So, like one thing I was going through some stuff when I was putting some of the stuff together for our podcast and stuff, and I'm like, there's got to be a lot of similarities to the World Series in 1982, right? Well, true. One of the things that I did come across, which is an awesome stat to even know, is this is the second time in league history the Brewers have finished the MLB season with the best record. The last time that happened was in 1982 when the Brewers made it to the World Series. So is this the formula? We just have to have the best record in the MLB, and it's like, all right, boom, here we go. We're going to the dance. We're gonna go play in the World Series. We just got to finish the season with the best record.
so here I want to hear your hot take on this. So obviously, first seed you get a first round bye. Is that almost better for you, or is that worse? Think about it. Coming off
I
the regular
think.
season, so coming
Oh,
off the
here.
regular season, obviously you just play games. So it's like you just keep going with, say, you're on a win streak, you keep going with your momentum, or is it a bad thing? So
Listen.
it's
So game one is going to be this upcoming Saturday, October 4th.
yep,
Um, it's at Miller Park. Okay, let's understand it's Miller Park still.
yep, not
Respect,
AmFam.
respect, and fam.
Yep.
It's Miller Park. Um, I think when it comes to baseball, it's different than what you see in the NFL, right? I think there's different variables with your pitching rotation. You know, I think it just allows your pitchers that extra rest, right? So
Hmm.
like the Brewers, their last game was on Sunday, so they're going to be playing, you know, just less than a week later, right? Um, yeah, so I think I understand what you're saying though. Like, all right, well, if this team's hot, then you don't want them to not be hot. Oh, lost Connor. Yeah, so like I think that it's gonna help the pitching staff. They're gonna get that rest and recovery. Um, but also understand too, like they play a lot of baseball.
I mean, 162 games, that is way too
Ridiculous.
much for me. Like,
Right, correct. So I see what you're saying though. Like, a team's getting hot right now. Like Cincinnati, like they got hot at the right time too. They were just kind of consistent throughout the entire year. Did what they had to do at the end there. So no,
I
I
mean, helping with the Brewers too, we had those two huge game winning streaks. I mean, like,
yeah,
and it was like right in the middle, like it was like perfect. I'm like, it's just one, two, three, and they just kept going. They
yeah.
lost one, and then they just kept going again. It's like, I mean, how can you not love that as a Brewers fan too, as well? But also too, coming with the playoffs, like every other sport except football, you only get a one and done. So you got to be there for that game, otherwise you're screwed. So obviously
Yeah.
baseball, you get a few more games. Obviously, first round is only three. Then next round, the Brewers will have five. So obviously, you got to win best of five. So you got to win three there, and then it
Yeah.
goes on to the sevens. But
So let's just go do what we gotta do.
mhm.
And it's in Miller Park.
To start off, yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
not like Chicago's too far
and
either.
it's gonna be the NL controls it for the World Series as well.
Hmm.
So let's go. It's crazy too because there was just the whole conversation and talk like a year ago or so was, are the Brewers gonna be moving out of Milwaukee? Like, and we're like, no, dude, we're here to stay. Thank you to everybody who was gracious enough to get that deal done. Keep the Brewers home. Love it. Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to talk Packers or Badgers next?
I think we stay with the professional, and let's go Packers first, and then we can go Badgers obviously after. But I think we go with the Packers first.
Okay. Right back to the Brewers though. Do you want to play the Padres or Cubs?
I mean, I want that rivalry. I think it's really cool. Obviously, it's only an hour and a half down to Chicago. So I think I'm going to take the Cubs. I think it'd be a
Yeah.
great game. I mean, it's going to be packed every game with how close it is. I mean, normally the games are packed, but I think it's going to be extra loud. I think we got to take the
Hey,
Cubs. I mean, you can't
Brewers
go wrong.
fans, if you got season tickets, fantastic. Do not sell those Cubs your tickets. We Cubs fans, we love you. We need you, but Brewer fans, like we need to be there for our crew, right? So let's make sure we're there in full effect.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. I want the Cubs.
I mean,
Shoot,
obviously we played them so many times because they're in our division, but it's
but
just
it's a I don't know, it's different. It's a rivalry.
yeah,
Got Craig Counsell in that other dugout. I don't know, man. Let's go. Never rooted for the Cubs a day in my life. I'm going to right now, and it's fun because I got Cubs fans, so it's going to be some friendly
yeah.
jabs a little bit there.
Hmm.
All right, let's go to the Packers. I stayed up way too late on Sunday night to watch a tie ball game. Um, if you're a defensive guy, like I, I would imagine that you're kind of frustrated. If you're an offensive guy, you're like, this is pretty cool, right? We're scoring points. That's always fun to see. Packers record right now 2-1-1. It's fine. It's fine, right? We're good.
It's just weird looking at that extra one. I don't like it. I don't know what it is.
It's goofy. I wish we didn't have to tie. I, I've always been a big fan of it. Um, I'm a big fan of the college rules.
Yes.
Could we just do that, please?
Yes, please. I've
You're
I've been
giving us
begging for that.
16 minutes. You're giving us 16 minutes to say who's a winner, and we haven't told you that yet. Like,
Yeah.
make us battle. Like, right? Let's bring this field, shrink that thing down one time. Let's just punch this thing in and have to hit some 2-point conversions. Like, we're gonna at the end of this, there's gonna be a winner. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, staying up till what was it, 11 o'clock? Like,
yeah,
got work on
70,
Monday. It's
70
like,
minutes of 70 minutes of football.
and no one wins. It's like, oh, come on.
We're the co-champs of this game.
Yeah. It's one of those.
You know,
It's like,
but like Micah Parson though, he said straight up, he's like, I'm pissed off. Like, yeah, I mean, have a little bit of that swag to that dog, right? Like, yeah, for sure. I
mhm.
like that. Obviously, yeah, man, could you put yourself in his shoes once. Everybody heard about the off-season stuff, right? It's no secret. Jerry Jones, whatever. My back hurts. I'm holding in, but my back. There were so many different things. Believe whatever storyline you want. I personally don't care because at the end we were victorious in the Micah Parsons sweepstakes. Um, I mean, obviously Packers gave up 40 on Sunday, but so far up to that point, their defense has been looking pretty good. So it's good to have somebody like that, on the edge there, who's putting that pressure on the quarterback, giving those cornerbacks a little bit more time too. So um, yeah, I don't know. I 100% understand why Michael Parsons is pissed. He probably wanted to go in there and show out, but
Mhm. Well, I mean, starting off with the Packers too, the first 2 weeks, they play an amazing Lions team. They beat them 27-13. I mean, like that must have helped so much with just confidence going into that. Like that's a big week one match right there against the division rival. And then you go to Commanders, another NFC powerhouse. They kind of
yeah,
get they kind of get
another playoff team from
business
last
there.
year.
Yeah, right? Both teams, I mean, they kind of take care of business there. 27-18, same thing. I thought their defense was looking absolutely phenomenal in those first 2 games, especially with how powerful those offenses are. I mean, I thought they were playing great. And then week 3 comes, you go to Cleveland. I mean, everything was just kind of set up to fail there. There was a lot of people saying, "Oh, what's your take on the game? Who do you think's going to win?" Everybody was like, "Oh, they're like I'm taking Packers all the way by 30, 40." I'm like, just looking at everything going into that game, I think I was like, oh, what was it? 17-6. I think Packers are going to win. Obviously, going into the game, I'm like, okay, it's raining. It's going to be a rain game. Packers rushing offense, I mean, they're pretty good, but looking at it, the Browns rushing defense is one of the best in the NFL. It's a rain game. I mean, the Packers didn't really have their number one wide receiver, Jaden Reed. He was out, so it's not like Jordan Love had too much to throw to. So I'm like, I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. Packers take it 17-6. Obviously, I was wrong. A blocked kick. It was just everything didn't go good. Their
Hey,
offense wasn't
can we go back to what you just said? You,
with the blocked kick.
no. You said your prediction was wrong. So I just
Oh.
want to remember, like, how many times did you go against me in our high school football games of the week? Okay, so hopefully a little history repeats itself. And if it does, I games I really care about, I don't even want to know your prediction.
But I mean, I was trying to look at all the things. I mean, watching that Packer game, that was brutal. I mean, they weren't really capitalizing on anything. The late, what was that, third quarter, they get the fumble, everything literally went downhill, and it was just field goal to finish off the game. I mean, they lost. It was rough, 13-10.
Uh
A lot of people were flaming the defense, the offense, everything. Everybody was saying fire Matt LaFleur. I mean, like it's one game. I mean, if they get to back to what they played the first 2 weeks, I think they might be a Super Bowl contender. Obviously, it
are
seems
Packer
like a
fans
Wisconsin thing.
overreactive?
I don't know. I mean,
Are we
it's
overreactive?
maybe, but it's a Wisconsin thing.
Oh
I
man,
feel
we
like we
still love our
always do
teams
good.
though.
Oh, no, oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. I see. It seems like we're always consistent in the regular season, and it comes to playoffs, and we always find a way to lose. It's so weird. Packers, Brewers, it's just every year. It's always heartbreaking Wisconsin, but and
Yeah.
then going to the Cowboys game, obviously it was an absolute shootout. Going into that game, I thought Packers had it Sunday night. I mean, I know it was
Oh, they
in
started hot too.
yeah,
They started hot.
yes. It was it 13 something and then another one back-to-back weeks, a
Ugh.
blocked field goal. They returned it for two, and then it went downhill from there. I mean, I thought they brought it back a little bit, but the Packers, I mean, it was just rough. I mean, I think coming into that game too, Packers had the best defense for like points given up or like I don't know what was it? It was yards maybe, like giving up the least amount of yards
Yeah.
and the defense for Cowboys gave up the most and it was just a shootout. I mean,
Sometimes like understand like obviously Packers and Cowboys, they're not in the same conference, but there's a rivalry there. There's a rivalry there. You go back to the 90s, you go back to Des Bryant's no catch, you go
oh.
back to Mason Crosby coming in clutch, like
How
um
many times?
you know what I mean? But like the Packers have really kind of had the Cowboys number, and then we just took something very valuable from them with Micah Parsons. So I don't know, maybe there's a little extra juice in that one for the old Cowboys squad there, but um I would just say I'm not disappointed or mad. I'm unfulfilled by that score.
hmm I mean, at the end of the day, in my opinion, they're all pros. I mean, some just play better some game than others. Like it's just gonna happen. I think don't let this game define who the Packers are. I think they're still a very good team.
Oh, for sure.
It's just one week where it's bad. I mean,
It's a
going,
hiccup.
yep, next week we got the Bengals. I mean, they're just hurt all around. Like,
False. False news. We got a bye, brother.
oh, my bad. Next, the week after. But
Yeah.
yep, bye. Sorry, yes,
Yeah, we
bye.
gotta
And
buy
then the
this
Bengals.
week.
So I mean, maybe we can recoup and then I think come back out and handle business to the Bengals. I think it's
Hey,
just
so let's just thank the football gods here, right? Badgers were off last week on bye. Packers played Sunday night. This week the Badgers are gonna go play there in Michigan at the big house. Packers are off. So thankfully we don't have to miss out with both of our teams. Badgers though,
yeesh.
okay. I'm a Badger fan. I love going to Camp Randall. I'm always going to support, right? Connor, me and you, we were at that
The Maryland game.
the Wisconsin Maryland game. That got rough. I remember me and you were kind of talking right at halftime. They're they're really getting booed off the field.
Yeah, the fire fickle and everything. It was just it felt weird. Like usually Camp Randall is like pretty positive, but it didn't feel right. I don't know how to explain it, but it was just weird.
We are spoiled, Connor. The Badgers are a very prestigious team. They have spoiled us time and time again with really good seasons. Badger fans, let's just hold in there. I get it. This isn't typical. You can say, oh, well, what about last year? Stuff like that. Yeah, well, okay.
I mean, it hurts. I mean,
I
coming in,
understand.
we're two
I
and two
get
right
it.
now,
I'm
but
not happy, but I'm not going to turn my back on it either.
no, yeah, for sure. I'm a Badger fan forever. I mean, that if I had to pick like my team, it'd be the Badgers. Like obviously you got the Brewers and all those other teams, but Badgers are they're my goal. Obviously I'm repping Badger shirt right now here, but
Yeah, the nice thing with the Badgers though, it's not just football. It's
they got
wrestling.
everything.
It's
I mean,
wrestling. It's hockey. Women's volleyball has just been on a tear for how
yes.
many years? Hockey's been doing their thing forever. Basketball, they've been doing their thing
I mean,
forever.
girls,
So
they won it last year. The girls, is that their
yeah,
eighth? I think eighth national championship. I mean, they
yeah,
lost like 3 games last year. That is crazy. But I
yeah.
mean, they're just consistent, and I
Well,
mean,
that's what
beautiful
the
facilities there too. Beautiful, right next to each other.
yeah.
Both
Well,
those.
and you kind of just hit it on the head there too. You said consistent, right?
Mhm.
Well, that's what we've been used to with the Badgers football program. Is just that consistency. We're going to we're there's no secret. We're going to ground and pound you. We're always going to have the biggest and best linemen, O linemen, and we're going to have one of the best backs, right? That's just been our DNA. This is who we are. This is what we do. We haven't really seen that in a couple years now. Um, I don't know. Do we have an identity anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if they're still trying to figure that out. It's weird though. Like obviously, like you said, Badgers have been. I mean, in my opinion, I think we used to be running back university. I mean, we had a stretch
Oh,
there
of
of like,
course.
what was
Of
that, 10,
course.
10, 15 years of like consistent, like stud running backs. And
And
like you
and
said, we
so and some of
controlled
these
the line
dudes
of
are
scrimmage.
homegrown.
That's true too. I mean, consistency, like the linemen, we just controlled the game. And
Big
when you
burly
can,
dudes, they're getting drafted to the NFL every
yep,
year.
even our
You know,
defense too, we had those backers, like those linebackers were,
Leo
we had a
Chenal,
streak, yep, we
one
had a
of my
streak of
favorites.
absolute studs there too. I mean,
You want me to say the name Jim Leonard too?
I mean, I could,
I heard he wasn't bad. I heard he was above par.
but I mean, also looking at it too, Badgers might have top two hardest schedules in football this year. I mean, them and Florida are pretty close. Like,
All
I mean,
right,
obviously
so
those first 2 games, you got to win those as a Badger. I went to that second week. It was a little nerve-wracking against Middle Tennessee. A little nerve-wracking in the beginning. Obviously, they pulled it out in the end, but I mean, after that, it just Alabama was not good. We watched that game on TV. It was not good, and then we went. Obviously, like you said, we went to that Maryland game. It was not it. I just don't know. It was like you said, the identity. I don't know what it is. I don't think any of us do. Any of us know what it is, but and it was weird too when we got that one touchdown. I don't think I've ever heard Camp Randall that loud. Like that was the loudest they've cheered in a while. And like obviously college, like the atmosphere is just so much better than the pros. So obviously that's why I enjoy it way more too. Just to jump around like what top three best things like in all of college and just everything about it. And it was just I mean jump around still hit. It still hit, but like just being down, the players aren't jumping. It's like ugh, just very unfortunate. Obviously 2-2. Going to the big house, one of the biggest stadiums in all of college. I mean, we can
uh,
see if they can recoup after this bye week, but
Michigan's ranked number 20 right now.
I mean, they're a consistent football program too. They seem to 2 years ago, I think
That
they
big
won
house
it.
is no joke.
Yep,
Yeah,
2 years ago they
yeah.
won it. Last year, I mean, they were just above 500, but they did beat the defending national champions, or no, the national champions, Ohio State. I mean, it's just weird. They always seem to find a way to beat Ohio State.
Yeah.
I don't understand how, but yeah, it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a tough game. I mean, hopefully Badgers can come back from it, but we'll see.
All right, let's get into this one then. Should Fickle be fired at Wisconsin? Do we need a new guy at the helm to say we're going to bring back HBU? Or do we say, hey, you know what? Let's give Fickle a chance. I want to hear your thoughts first.
Okay, so there's a lot of things, a lot of factors going into it. Obviously Fickle before he came to Wisconsin, he had great stats. He was Cincinnati's head
Well, he
coach.
was prestigious on his own,
Yep,
right? Like he has a pedigree.
yeah. I think Ohio State he was at for a little bit, and then he went to Cincinnati. They went 12-1 or 12-0, something like that. They made the playoffs. I mean, he had a great resume coming into it. The thing I feel like that screwed him over was NIL deals. Obviously, all these big schools,
That's a
they get
rabbit
these
hole.
these
That's a
get these
rabbit hole.
big NIL deals, and I mean, the thing is too, like, for example, the Chicago Bears. They've had so many coaches in the recent past, and they get a new coach and they expect to make a change, and it never actually changes. It's just the same thing. You can't build like good team chemistry, all this. So I
Yeah.
mean, obviously Badger fans, they don't want to keep losing. So it's like, oh, let's just fire him. Let's get him out of here. He's done nothing, all this, blah blah blah. I mean, do you want to take a few more years with him? Maybe see how this year. I mean, at the end of the day, looking at the schedule, I don't know if you can expect him to win many games with just the teams you play. Like, obviously, the Big Ten has gotten like it's top heavy, but it seems like the Badgers got a lot of the top heavy teams in their schedule this year. So it's hard to
Yeah.
justify whether you say, yeah, fire him or wait it out this year. I mean, last year was very rough. We were up, what was it? We were 5-3 and we lost the last three to miss the play or miss a bowl game. Obviously, we had the longest bowl game streak of what was it, 32 years, and we lost that. Oh, that's heartbreaking. But I mean, I'd say maybe play it out this year, see how recruiting goes next year, and then. But obviously, a lot of the people just want him gone. It's just that game was rough. Maryland was rough. Everything about it, just I don't know. But I'd say give him a year, see how it goes after that. But
Yeah. I know me and you were talking just the other day about this too, and I kind of said the same thing too. Like, you watch some of these NFL teams that, their quarterback or sorry, their head coach is ever changing. And, not only just with your head coach changing, but you're changing your assistant coaches, you're changing, so where is the consistency there? We just talked about obviously want to have consistency. Um, yeah, I'm saying let's stick with Fickle. Um, Man, I really want him to succeed here, though. We were all excited when Fickle was hired. Now, again, he's got a great pedigree coming behind him. Um, I do want to see him succeed. I'm not going to stop going to Badger games because you kind of hit on it. Like it's an atmosphere. It's a good time. This is Wisconsin. Like this is what we do, right?
I mean, aren't we like one of the biggest party schools in the country? Like just everything about Madison is just great. The food, the atmosphere of all the
The
students. I mean, the
downtown, the
downtown
student
is beautiful.
union.
In the fall, the scenery and everything is just beautiful. The leaves, the lake, was that Lake Mendota? It's just beautiful. Everything about it. Walking down the streets to get to Camp Randall, the arch, walking through,
Yeah,
it's
you
something
got to
special.
yeah, you got to hit up State Street there. State
Yes,
Street's a
it's
good
right there.
time.
Yep, yep,
State Street's a good time. There's a lot of good eats around that area, Connor. We're gonna have to go check a couple of them there out, huh?
yep.
I know I don't really care.
I
They're
mean,
not gonna
we're going to the Iowa
they're
game too,
they're
so
they're not gonna pay me for this, but I showed Connor his first experience of Ian's pizza, and he looked at me
oh.
like a big fatty because I just got four slices
He
and
just
some
kept going. He's like, I
sticks.
want that one and that one and that one.
Well,
I'm like,
listen. I'm already out here, and I'm treating myself to some Ian's, and uh, you've been married as long as I have. Like, that you just take something like that home to your loving wife. So that's exactly what I did. So
it might have been the best pizza I've ever had. I mean, if you've
It's
never
not
had
too
Ian's,
shabby.
you need to stop and try it. The breadsticks, the pizzas, there's specialty pizzas every week. It's just, I mean, it was packed. There was so many people in there, but it was definitely worth the wait. If you haven't
Well,
had it, you for sure need to try it
yeah,
at
but
least
I mean,
once. And it was great
realistically though,
prices. The slices were what they were huge. I mean, I
yeah,
got two slices and it took up a whole box. The box was like 12-inch by 12-inch. I mean, it was
yeah.
just great food.
I when people talk about me, they usually don't say, "Oh yeah, he steered us wrong with a place to eat." So I'm kind of good at pick. I got another place though. Next time we go out there, we're going to go try some other places that I've really been a good fan of. So
I mean, also too, if you're a big like bar guy, I mean, right next to the Kohl Center, there's the Nitty Gritty. I mean, you can't go
Nitty,
wrong
let's
there.
go.
I mean, you
That
can't go
place,
wrong there either.
that place has so much nostalgia in it though too.
Yes, no, for sure. And we stayed at that parking garage right next to it, Nitty Gritty and Ian's Pizza's right there in the middle. I mean, you have a straight shot. You just take the there's that what was that that train path? We just followed the train path
Yeah,
you can take. Otherwise, there's a few streets you can go down, but yeah, it's just a train path that takes you all the way to Camp Randall. Can't miss it. It's just and then also to
for
that
sure.
that field house, that's looking nice. That field house is
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's gonna be fun to see.
Yes, for sure.
Who knows? Maybe if this old podcast deal this kicks off, maybe we'll get an invite. Who knows?
Can't complain there.
Yeah. So again, this is our first podcast. Um, Sometimes there's rough waters. It's fine. It's gonna be all right. We're in preseason right now. Okay. Once we get to our winter sports, we're about halfway point here. Okay. So bear with us a little bit. It might be clunky at times. That's all right. Um, but kind of like we want to hear what you guys want. Like, do you have questions? Do you have feedback? Do you have a hot take? Let's hear it. I want to hear everything. Like, let's dissect some things. Let's go down a couple rabbit holes. Let's just get lost in the world of Wisconsin sports. I freaking love it. We're gonna try to do this probably about once a week. Stay tuned. We got socials out there. We got Instagram and we got TikTok. Um, yeah, drop us a message. Just say, hey, maybe my school's cool enough to be on the game of the week. I know there's a couple of games of the week that I'm really pulling for that these teams are uh, going to maintain what they have going right now because some of those week 8 and week 9 matchups.
I mean, they decide conference, so I mean,
All right, I'm just gonna name drop right now because I don't really care. Blackhawk, Warren, and Potosi, sorry, Caseville. Right now, they're both 6-0.
yep,
They face each other week 9 to decide the conference. If they're both 8-0 going into that game,
winner
uh,
takes all.
that's I mean, let's have a little overtime in that one.
Yeah. Shootout. I mean, going into playoffs too. They're obviously most likely they're both going to make playoffs if they're going in the game 8-0 too. So, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
one of those games that's going to be
that's
packed.
that's gonna be a fun game.
And usually too, it's weird right now. Like usually you have warm weather in Wisconsin for college football, or not college football, high school football going into week 5, 6, and then it's slowly getting a little bit colder. But this week, what is this? It's supposed to be like 78 degrees.
Listen, I'm good on all that.
I mean, I'm not complaining either, but I know it's gonna take a downward spiral pretty quick. And obviously, I'm not looking for it. I like those warmer games too, but
Well, for all
I
you
mean,
sports teams out there, get that pickle juice going. I
yes,
know Connor's a big fan of that old pickle
yes.
juice. Stay hydrated, stay well. Um, yeah, cannot wait. I cannot wait to dissect some games after Friday night, and we got to look forward to the Badgers. Hopefully, the Badgers are going to bounce back from their bye week. The Packers, well, it's a bye week. Go I don't care. Go to a pumpkin patch this Sunday.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing better to do, right? Packers are off. Great reason to go. Um, yeah, let me know where you're tuning in from, right? I want to follow some of your guys' schools too. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, we have more than one listener. I don't like listening myself. Um, yeah, so next week we will be back. We're gonna do probably a little bit of a recap. We're gonna dive into the Badgers, look ahead to the Packers. Hopefully, we got some good updates on the Brewers, and yeah, it's gonna be a good one. So look forward to it. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.